Today I'm going to discuss about the tmux terminal, which is actually available in Unix based operating systems. So let me discuss about a little bit about what is tmux and why it is better than the normal terminal. So let's go to the Wikipedia page of tmux to know more about tmux. So you can see that here the tmux is a terminal multiplexer for Unix-like operating system, and it allows multiple terminal sessions to be accessed simultaneously in a single window. So that's the best thing, because when you go for a normal terminal, it's kind of difficult sometimes, like I have to work with many sessions at the same time. So I don't know which terminal I had opened, and I have to find out like from here like which was that terminal. Suppose if I opened like some 2 or 3 new terminals there, so how to find out like which terminal I was using previously. It's kind of, yeah, it's possible, but at the same time it's kind of difficult. So if I like just minimize, it's it's quite difficult for me also, like to find out okay which was my terminal here, which was I was using and all. So better like, I don't like to work at this kind of environment, so I better go for like a tmux environment, because basically tmux allows us to access many terminals simultaneously inside a single window. So that means you can actually divide the screen, you divide your terminal into 3 or 4 or 5 as you want. So basically you may divide horizontally, but you may divide vertically as your requirement. So this is the best part of tmux. So let us go back the installation of tmux. Installing tmux is not at all difficult. It's just a single command like sudo apt-get install tmux. So that's it. It's done. So very simple, right? So you got the tmux now. Now how to log in into the tmux? Let me clear the screen. Okay, now we are in the terminal. So let me just type tmux. So now you can see that there is a small change in the window here. If you look here, you can see something like 0:bash 0 like that. Now let me just show you how we can divide the terminal. So what I do, I press my control button and I press my um, B button, so control B, and I press my double colon button. So when I do that, I get it vertically divided. Now suppose if I want to divide it horizontally, this particular screen, I want to horizontally divide it. So what I do, like control B, and I press the percentage symbol in that. So I get vertically divided. So suppose now you can see that inside a single terminal we have like 3 panes. So it's easy for us to work with now, right? So now what is the next problem? Like, okay, here now our cursor is here. I want to move back to this particular pane. So my mouse cursor, you can see that it is moving around, but the cursor is actually blinking here still, but my mouse cursor is like moving around here. So what I do normally, like go here and I click here. So but when I click here also, my mouse type cursor, I'm not able to get it here. So something we have to do it, right? So what we do is like, again, control B and just press the colon button. So once you do the colon button, you can see that at the down part there is a small change happens. Previously, like I will show you once more, like I just press enter. Previously it was like 0:bash, it was like that. Now what I do, like control B and colon, when I press this, it changed to a colon there, and what I type there, just type it set -G mouse on and press enter button. Done. That's it. Now you can see that your mouse cursor properly. Previously it was not like that. Previously it was just like a single line. I can show you once more. Like you can go back to control B colon, so set -G mouse off. So when I do that, now you see my cursor has got changed actually. So I can't get into this particular pane because my cursor is blinking here, type cursor is blinking here, so I can't go back to here. So to enable the mouse, what you do, control B colon set -G mouse on. So press enter. So once you do that, you get your mouse cursor and you click it, you can go to any pane without any difficulty. So at a time you can run many number of panes as an when we require, like, so whenever you require like some division, like again I want to like a vertical pane, so control B, I press the double quotes. So when I press the double quotes, control B, after control B is nothing but the prefix. So basically the default prefix of tmux is control B, and then you can put after the control B, then you can press one of the key which is available in the default configuration. So now we can see the default configuration of tmux. So when you type in the Google the configuration tmux.conf, so you can get better, like let's go to the arc wiki, which says the key bindings, the copy mode, all the details about this tmux. So here you can see that by default the command key bindings are prefixed by control B. For example, to vertically split a window, what you do, control B plus, basically plus means like you no need to press plus, so it's just like control B, then you press the percentage symbol. That's it. Now you see one better thing, like you can actually unbind the control B command and you can set the prefix as you want. So instead of using control B, you are not happy with control B. Okay, some people are not happy with control B because control B I use it for something else, so I don't want to get confused. So what I do, I set it as my own. Okay, instead of control B I go for control A. So what I do, in the configuration file I change that unbind C to B, set -G prefix C to A, and bind C to A, send the prefix. So where I have to change this I have to change in the configuration file of tmux. So once you change in the configuration file of tmux, then next time onwards you have to use control A. So if you make any change in the configuration file, you have to reload the tmux. So once you reload the tmux, that configuration change effect will get resembled on the screen when you go to the tmux again. So similarly, you can see that control BL move to the previously selected window, control BW list all the windows, control B window number, so you can go to that particular window, control BQ that show the pane numbers, because as I say, like we can divide into n number of panes, 1 2 3 4, so you can go to one particular pane just pressing control BQ, and control BF, like you can search for a window, control BW select an interactive list of windows, so like that. Control B, now we can suppose you want to enable the copy mode, so what you do, control B and the open bracket. So basically this is the copy mode which is available inside the tmux default configuration file. So you can see rest of the things also here, like setting the color. You can set the color like tmux color is 256, because when you set it as 256, now you see here san at the race virtual box, so here you are seeing it in white color, right? I'm not able to see in a, sorry, I'm not able to see it in the like a different color when I open a terminal. Like normally when I open a new terminal, you can see that it's like san at the right virtual box in green color. So and when you do ls of something, it comes in blue and white. So this is the normal terminal of Ubuntu, right? So when I go here in the tmux and when I do the ls, You can see that still like this sand at the VirtualBox not looking so good, like green color and all is not coming. So what we can do there? So you can just set the default terminal tmux into 256 color. So that's basically the default terminal. So for example, like if you set here control, sorry, for example, if you set it like as the same, like control V colon set -g default dash terminal tmux 256 colon. Then that's it. But is there any change? There is no change, right? Now what to do? Okay, let me try one another command. Control B colon set -g default terminal screen to 256 colon. Any change here? No, I'm not able to find any change. Other older alternative, because you are just setting the tmux into 256 color combination and it is not supporting in your terminal. That means, okay, you have to make it support. So how to make it support, I will show you later. Okay, so that's fine now. Okay, let me close this tmux session. Let us start with a new session again here. Okay, so let us go back to our window, and now, as I said, you want to configure it as you want. So what you do, basically, you may have to rewrite the configuration, right? So better, before rewriting the configuration, one of the best tmux configuration which is available in the GitHub, that is from Summerskin, and you may search for this particular Summerskin GitHub. So once you search for that Summerskin GitHub, you will get it, the tmux configuration which he's using and which is having many extra things than you have seen in the previous window. Right, you can see that CPU, how much percentage of CPU it is using, what is the memory usage, and as well as what is the system usage metrics and the name of the system, the date, time, what is the battery level. If it is a laptop, okay, it will show the battery level as well. So all these things. So we have to do something else inside the configuration file. So let me go to this git clone. Let me do this git clone. Okay, let me go to the terminal and do the git clone. Okay, paste it. So, sorry, I haven't installed it. Install git. Okay, so that's done. So let me just clear it up. Let me go to the git. So I'm cloning this Samoshkin GitHub. I've cloned that. Now to install the Samoshkin GitHub, you can just do like this: sudo /tmux.conf, that is the git clone folder, /install.sh. So once you do, you are actually installing his script inside your tmux directory. So your tmux configuration is going to get changed now, because now we can see that he is installing some plugins also. That plugins include the battery, prefix highlight, the online status, etc, etc, many things. Okay, right? So let me go to the tmux now, whether it made any change or not. We have to see it, right? Let me go to the tmux. Did it make any change here? No. I can't see any change. It is the same. Okay, let me exit it. Let me see what is the problem. Why it is not getting. Is it telling something else? He already installed that. He copied these files, all these things, and he is asking, let's open like this, tmux new. Still there is no effect. So what I do, tmux source file dot slash tmux slash dot tmux dot. So what I did here with this command, that is, I have just reloaded my tmux configuration. So I just did a reloading of my tmux configuration. Now I type tmux. So it shows that session should be nested with care and set the tmux to force. Okay, that's fine, because his configuration is having a small problem with respect to the session, various sessions which he was trying to nest it. So what I do, I'll just edit it something in the configuration first of all. Edit slash dot tmux dot conf. So now here, let me just go to the session thing. Okay, more sessions with one another window. So hide session bar, status on this, detach the session, more sessions with one another. Okay, merge this. Okay, for the time being, let me just comment this particular part, that is merge session with another one, example move all the windows. Okay, let me save it. Okay, I have saved it. So let me reload my tmux. Sorry. Okay, so let me reload my tmux source file tmux.conf. I have reloaded tmux. So when I go to tmux, now we can see that from down, that bash script or bash line came into upside, and that shows the CPU utilization percentage, memory utilization, the system usage matrix, VirtualBox name, the date, and as well as the time. Sorry, it's in Chinese because my system date is in the Chinese here, so that's why it shows in Chinese. Okay, so 15 is today's date, and this is actually 7:58 is the time. 87% of battery backup I have because I'm using in my laptop. So all these details we can see. So now let us see what is there inside the tmux configuration file. So gedit slash dot tmux dot conf. So here you can see that there are many settings which he had used, and as you want, you may change the settings as and when like you require or you want. So here I have already made some changes in these settings because I don't want to change the default control B, because here you can see that it's prefix set to control A. So I was used to tmux with control B, and suddenly someday it got changed to control A. It was very difficult for me. So basically I want to change some of the basic settings, and you can see that here he had actually changed how to go to the how to make the how to split the window. Like he used the pipe, and as well as he used the underscore instead of double quotes and percentage. So I'm used with double quotes and percentage, so I want to get it back. So basically I have made some changes, so I will show you the changed my tmux configuration. So here you can see that this configuration, that's my configuration. So here let us start in the first part itself. So here you can see that we have set the default terminal screen color to 56. We have set an history limit of, he had set an history limit of 20,000. Even I also set an history limit of 20,000. Let me change it into 50,000. So what it means, like it actually means the scrolling possibility, like how much you can scroll up, because from a pane you may have to scroll up. Sometimes you run a make command or something, it goes to menu line, some errors may happen in between, you don't know where the error happened, you want to scroll up to see. So if you don't give this particular command inside the configuration file, you may not be able to scroll up. So these all are like rest of the basic things, that's the default thing. So here you can see that he had changed the prefix unbind cb and set the prefix to ca, but in my configuration file I have made the change that unbind cb set minus g prefix cb I have just commented. Unbind cb I have just commented, and I have decided I will go back with cb itself. So I had set my prefix back to cb itself. Similarly, I had turned on my mouse. Okay, here already I had set my history limit to 50,000, so it's duplication of lines, so I don't want this duplication of lines basically. So I can delete it, or either I can keep it there, doesn't matter. Now the key bindings, so rest of the key bindings you can see and you can do it accordingly. Like you can also change it, you can unbind it. Suppose you can see that he had made a change in, as I told, like percentage and the double quotes we were using for splitting the window horizontally and splitting the window vertically. Instead of that, he was actually using the pipe and as well as the underscore for splitting the window. So he had actually unbind the default configuration here, but I have commented this unbind default configuration, and I have just again binded it back by using percentage and as well as the double quotes. So it's a better thing, right? So rest of the things also, if you are not happy with the things like these symbols, okay, you can change this particular keys or the symbols which are there. Instead you can bind it back again to the normal one. You can get the default configuration, or you can bind it back, or you can bind it accordingly as you want. Now I made some more change actually, because I don't like this date scheme basically. So what I do, like, okay, anyway it's in Chinese, so I have to first of all change that one into English. So for to make that change, basically I have to go to the settings and I have to go to the language support, and I have to install the language support, and basically that's a long step. So let me not do that now. Not a long step, but I just want to show it now. So let me tell you what change I have made in the date here. So let us go to the date part. You can see the date part here. Control F, date. Okay, here. So wg underscore date fg is equal to color secondary, and percentage h, percentage d, percentage h, percentage m, like that. It represent the percentage small h represent like the month, and the percentage d represent like sorry, yeah, percentage d represent the date, and percentage h represent hour, etc. So here in my script I have made some small changes like that. Control F date. So I have made some small change here, like I don't like that format, so I go for like percentage h, percentage d, percentage h, percentage m in this particular format. So here it's a small difference. Oh, I guess I have not changed. Okay. Oh, okay. Actually, you can change the format as you want. Okay, this format instead, like you can give it as percentage h, percentage d, slash, like this, whatever format as you want, slash, percentage. For year it was I guess it was capital Y. Oh, sorry, I forgot what was that. Oh, yeah, it's like percentage h, percentage d, percentage y basically. So you can set it as you want, like what format you want. You can set this hour and as well as the minute, and as well as you can also set the seconds. So this is up to you. Like you can just go to this config and you can see what type you want. You can do it accordingly. So okay, so let me show you, like I will just change the old his tmux config with my tmux config. I haven't made much change in my tmux config here, but I'll just show you like if it makes any change or not, because you can make as you want, because as I want some of the changes with respect to the keys and all, I have done that. So let me see whether it make any change or not. We just reload it. Okay, close these ones, close this. Okay, tmux source file start. So I have just reloaded. Now you can see that when I made a small change in that, it's getting affected here, percentage, like month slash slash year, y, capital Y it should be. So that's why. So I have to make that change in that. Create a tmux config, control F, date. I'll just give percentage there. So it's just y. Let's just give space. Okay. Let's close this. Reload it. Okay. Yeah. That's fine. Now let me see that it works with control B or not. Here I press the control B, so you can see that I have pressed control B, and then I press my double quotes. Yeah, it's vertically divided. And I press the control B again. You can see that it's control B, and I press the percentage sign here. So this sort of facilities was not there in the previous default tmux configuration, like which button you had pressed, you can't come to know, right? So similarly here you can rename the session by using control R. So you can start many sessions, like this is just one session, first batch session, so you can actually rename it also. Control B capital R if you do, like you can rename the session from 3 to, like, okay, let me name it as Misty Cloud. My session is named as Misty Cloud, so you can say that it is changed to Misty Cloud, and I want to change the terminal, the bash name also. So what I do, control B small r, So instead of bash, I will give my first terminal, or let me give it a short first. Okay, it's the first terminal. Now let me make a new session, control B, capital C. So control B, small c. Yeah, right, it's small c. So when I do the control B, small c, you can see that it's like new bash session, and first is already there, so you can just click it by your mouse. You can go back, you can change this bash session name also, control B small r. So instead, like, let me call it as second. Now let me open a third one also, control B small c. So it's named as bash. So control B small r, name it as third, and in this third one, let me divide it like control B is one. Okay, control B, vertical divide, control B, vertical divide here. Okay, one more thing I forgot to tell you, like by using your mouse, you can actually resize the pane as you want. So it's up to you what size you want the pane at all. Like you can resize the pane as you want, like this, anyway. So control B, let me make one more pane here. Yeah, one more vertical pane here, one more horizontal pane here, control B. Yes, one more horizontal pane. So you see how beautiful it is. Like you can just adjust it, and you can do it as you want. You can go back to your previous sessions. You can work with the previous sessions also at the same time from the same window, so you don't need to toggle it from here and get difficulty which one was that. So you name it accordingly what you are doing in that particular terminal session. So based on that, you can decide what you are doing according to that terminal. Based on that, you decide the name for the terminal, so it is easy to come to know. Okay, so that's the basic things about tmux. So thanks for listening.